I'm going to stand this so that you guys can read with me as well in the background. Oh no. So Psalms 91. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the body, she is my refuge and my fortress, my creator in whom I trust. Surely she will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. She will cover you with her feathers, and under her wings you will find refuge. Her faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say, the body is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. For the body will command her angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their thoughts, in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot, so that you will not strike your self-knowledge against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because she loves me, says the body, I will rescue her. I will protect her, for she acknowledges my name. She will call on me and I will answer her. I will be with her in trouble. I will deliver her and honor her. With long life I will satisfy her and show her my salvation. So listen. The body will command her angels concerning you. Who are the angels of the body? For example, all Aquariuses that choose to help the world know itself, all those are angels of the collective body. All Leos that are actively trying to help the world to love itself. All Virgos that are trying to help the world to do no evil and accept no evil. All the Sagittariuses that are trying to help the world to meet its future, to travel, to adventure, to research. All the Capricorns that are trying to help the world to use themselves. Those are the angels. The angels of the collective body are the ones, are the people who every day are showing up to do their job. We are employees. We come here to do our job. And how do you know which job yours is? The date that you were born. That is what tells you the job you come here to do. So everybody who does their job, they are an angel of the body. And so the body will command her angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their thoughts. All angels in their hands, meaning they will, every time, if I'm an angel and you are an angel, every time I think of it, I'll lift you up in my thoughts. Instead of thinking that, hey, that one is ugly as fuck. Oh, that one, that. Instead of sending you negative thoughts whenever you cross my thought processes, I send you beautiful thoughts. That is what this particular part means. And so, because of the beauty of I want to read this entire 91 again, for you to know what you get. But then today we are going to be talking a lot about what you get when you listen to the body. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the body, she is my refuge and my fortress, my creator in whom I trust. Surely she will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. She will cover you with her feathers, and under her wings you will find refuge. Her faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by the day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys by midday. 1,000 may fall at your feet, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. When you're somebody who you are following your inner authority, in your intuition you'll get a lot of things that are happening around you. But nobody will ever approach you with it. Slander will go on. But if you're somebody who you know you do no evil and you accept no evil, nothing will ever surface in front of you. Demonics, they only confront people who do evil and accept evil because they know that those ones they will defeat. But people who do no evil and accept no evil are like lions in the jungle. Nobody dares to approach. And it's not because they tell people, don't dare approach me, don't dare approach me, don't dare approach me. It's the aura. And where did they get that aura? Because the collective body takes care of its own. When you respect the inner authority, you automatically become the outer authority. When you respect the inner authority, you are automatically given the aura to intimidate the outer world. So much that when they look at you, they think that you have some employment from higher realms working with you. Little do they know that that is the aura of the collective consciousness, because the collective consciousness is always protecting their own. So I'm going to be continuing. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say the body is my refuge and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you. No disaster will come near you, your tent. They will lift up their hands so that you will not. For the body will command her angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. It is the collective body that protects the chosen. Guys, the moment you decide to follow your inner authority, don't even worry when you are out there in the road. Don't even worry when you are in a place where everybody is being bombed. Don't even worry, because the collective consciousness will protect you naturally. You will never die prematurely if you're somebody who you listen to your inner authority. So the body will command her angels concerning you everywhere you are, whether you are in a risky place, whether you are in a foreign country, wherever you are, the collective body will align and arrange itself in a way that you are always protected, to guide you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their thoughts. When people think about you, when you are somebody who you obey your inner authority, even people who don't know you, the moment they see you, when they send you thoughts that are positive, they uplift you in their thoughts so that you will not strike your foot. Because remember, self-knowledge, you get it mostly from the collective consciousness. Most of the time, you know yourself from your interaction with the collective consciousness. And if the collective consciousness is taking care of you, then you will never even not know yourself. You will always know yourself. Because the collective consciousness will always throw you self-knowledge upon its interaction with you. You will tread on a lion, on the lion and the cobra. You will be somebody who, even the feared among the collective consciousness, do not harm you. You will not even be afraid of the ones who are people fear in the collective consciousness. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. You will not fear any totem, because she loves me. The body says, I will rescue her. I will protect her, for she acknowledges my name. She will call on me. I will answer her. I will be with her in trouble. I will deliver her and honor her. With a long life, I will satisfy her and show her my salvation. 92, and it's raining over here, but let's continue. It is good to praise the body and make music to your own name, O Most High, proclaiming your love in the morning and your faithfulness at night. To the music of the 10-string lyre and the melody of the harp. For you make me glad by your deeds, my body. I sing for joy at what your hands have done. Meaning I sing for joy at what my thoughts have done. You should sing for joy at what your thoughts have done. How great works. How great are your works, my body. How great are your works, my body. How profound your thoughts. Senseless people do not know. Fools do not understand that though the wicked spring up like grass, and all evildoers flourish at equinox, they are all destroyed forever. But you, the collective body, is forever exalted. For surely your enemies collective body. Surely your enemies will perish. The evildoers will be scattered. You have exalted my horn like that one of a wild ox. Fine oils have been poured on me. My eyes have seen the defeat of my adversaries. My eyes have seen the defeat of my adversaries. My ears have heard the rout of my wicked foes. Those who do no evil and accept no evil will flourish like a palm tree. They will grow like cedar of Lebanon, which is newborn too. Planted in the house of the Creator, they will flourish in the courts of Mumbi. They will still bear fruits in old age, no menopause. They will stay fresh and green, proclaiming, my body does no evil and accepts no evil. My body is my rock, and there is no wickedness in me. 93. The body reigns. The body reigns. She is robed in majesty. She is robed. She is clothed. The body is clothed in majesty. The body reigns. The body is clothed in majesty. The body is clothed in majesty and armed with strength. Indeed, the world is established firm and secure. Your throne was established long ago. You are from all eternity. The seas have lifted up. Collective body. The seas have lifted up their voice. The seas have lifted up their pounding waves. Mightier than the thunder of the great waters. Mightier than the breakers of the sea. The body is high in mighty. Your statues, collective body, stand firm. Holiness adorns houses for endless days. 94. The body is a creator who avenges. Oh, creator who avenges, shine forth. Rise up, judge the earth. Pay back to the enslavers what they deserve. How long, creator, will the wicked of offspring takes no notice? The people, you fools, when will you become wise? Does she who fashioned the ear not hear? Does she who formed the eyes not see? Does she who discipline nation not punish? Does she who teaches mankind lack knowledge? The collective body knows all human plans. She knows that they are futile. Favor is the one you discipline, collective body. The one you teach from your law. You grant them relief from days of trouble till a pit is dug for the wicked. For the collective body will again be founded by those who do no evil and accept no evil. And all the upright in heart will follow it. Who will rise up for me against the wicked? Who will take the stand for me against evildoers? Unless my body had given me help, I would soon have dwelt in the silence of death. When I say my foot is slipping, your unfailing love, my body supported me. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy. Can a corrupt throne be allied with you? A throne. The collective body. Our Creator will destroy them. You guys are with me, ne? dissected this. I feel like when I read it, because you know this book is all about authenticity. So when I read it, if you are authentically do no evil and accept no evil person, this should mean everything to you immediately in your life without explanation. So let me continue. Now 95. Come, let us sing for joy to the body. Let us shout aloud to the rock at the highest. Even ritual is not as high as music and song. Even philanthropy is not as high as music and song. Even you showing up for your role on the planet is not as high as music and song. The body loves music and song more than anything on the planet. So use that according to how you feel. You seem fit. Now let us come before her with thanksgiving and extol her with music and song. And as I'm talking about music and song, times, remember, first of all, as an African, I want you to recall something. Africans were excluded due to iconoclasm and Zeus for a very long time. And I will say Africans specifically have been excluded. Now the Africans who have been making music, they've been making music out of their pocket, out of the love for their music. Nobody was sponsoring them to make any music. Nobody was taking them on any world tour. Nobody was giving them any money to make those music. Guys, if you want to know Ron, even without any support, those songs that they were singing out of their own comprehension of what God is, most of those songs, they worship truly. And most of them are in your mother tongue. Leave English alone for a while. When you start following your spiritual journey, leave English alone for a while. Go search the songs that your mother used to listen to when you were a child. The songs that your grandmother used to listen to when you guys were growing up. Because however much we were given, Africans will confess this, however much we were given Christianity, and however much you people say that, oh, Africans are, they just hold on to it because Africans know that spirituality is the way. So they hold on to what is spiritually available. So kindly, as you sing, as you look for music before, and I'm speaking especially, I'm always speaking to Africans, as you look for music to worship your body with, go to your mother tongue first. Before you go anywhere else, go to your mother tongue first. Go to those music that people disrespect. Just listen. The lyrics carry so much. Those songs that people don't want, people want to seem cool listening to Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. The level of rooting is different from ours. So before you get into that, all that, whatever they are singing out there, go back, eat your staple food. And I'm telling you this because even the people who are controlling the media, they know. Many other times I struggle to find certain songs. I could go on YouTube and find my song, my traditional song very well. The next time I need it so much, I can't find it. And most of the time you find they remove certain songs, guys. They know, and when I say they, it's Hollywood. These people who have been in charge of putting music out, they do us as well. Like for example, this song that goes songy, 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 or tiki tiki tiki, mapenzi sitakata. When you listen to that, me when I was listening to those music for the first time, I thought I was listening to something that was produced a long time ago, and it's just coming back. Only for me to realize that actually this is original song of some girl from Congo that is actually a modern person. So know that our sacred things are coming back. But most of the time you will not be able to bring them back if you don't even know what they are. So go see, go listen. Our people still continued because a language barrier has always been there. So even though the colonizer was trying so hard to keep our things away from us, our people still managed to retain. And when you look deep, you will find them. So come. I'm speaking music so much because music is what is going to heal. Art is going to heal the world faster than politics. Art is going to heal the world faster than politics. Art is going to heal the world faster than politics. So come, let us sing for joy to the body. Let us shout aloud. Do you know what that means? Authenticity is the greatest ruler of all organs. Right? Authenticity is the central nervous system, the one that is responsible for maintaining the state of homeostasis. Now, in her hand, this is your nervous system is the most crucial organ of all. A slight damage in your nervous system renders you mad. A slight damage in your nervous system removes you from the authentic rhythm and authentic flow of the cosmos. They are in their own rhythm. Their central nervous system is somewhere else. It's in another timeline. While us, we are in 2025. So what keeps us all in 2025? The central nervous system, authenticity. The moment you tamper with your authenticity, you get out of that particular timeline. You are no longer part of the collective, and it can be visible. You are no longer present in the now. You are present somewhere else, maybe in the 1st century. There are people who are, their bodies are here, but them, they are not here. So let us come. No, for authenticity is the great creator, the ruler of all organs. In her hand, what is that? That is an overtime accumulation of decomposed things. An overtime accumulation of decomposed things on the planet. An overtime accumulation of decomposed things on the planet. When people die, you return them to soil. When animals die, they accumulate. They turn into dirt. When trees die, they accumulate. They turn into dirt. Things, organic things, when they die, they accumulate. They make the soil. So, if you want to excavate all that reality, Earth's reality is the soil. It is the remains of everything that has been here. The peak of the mountain mean? I'm always telling you, what does the peak of the mountain mean? Exactly. So peak of the mountain is like higher education. Right now, I'm always telling you,
to play on this earth.
Planet. On the entire they left all the misemo, metali. You know, they left us all those Swahili things because they reached the highest level of intelligence there. The first level of highest intelligence that was ever reached on the planet was there at Mount Kilimanjaro. So guys, just know that Tanzanians are very spiritually intellectual people. And look at even the types of songs that Akina Zuchu sings, even the lyrics. You know, Marari, yazo siwe na zawa kwa penzi ya kapona, Rabi, ameni bansura jeuri sinat. Like, Tanzanians are intellectual by the way, guys. They're very spiritually intellectual. And that is because of that Mount Kilimanjaro there. And it's not just Tanzanians, it's everybody that can see Mount Kilimanjaro. Everybody that can see Mount Kilimanjaro, and it's almost the entire Africa. You go up, up, up. When you're traveling through Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro is always visible to everyone. Somebody's saying the volume is, something is wrong with the volume from my side. You guys cannot hear me? Mama Nipa can hear me. We can. So Wanjiru, I think it's just you. Somebody was calling me. I think that is what was tampering with my volume, I think. So I think that when they were trying to call me, I froze or something. But anyway, listen. If you want to dig the depths of the earth and find out what is in history, let your authenticity guide you. If you want to reach the top of the mountain, meaning use yourself to the highest peak, then you must listen to your authenticity. It's not that you must go to school, no. And I know mothers can never try this. But if there are mothers out there who are very experiment-oriented, don't take your kids to school, but empower their authenticity. Their authenticity will make them sniff everything they need to learn. It will make them never miss what was meant for them. It will make them bump into everything that has everything to do with them on their own. But that is a type of lifestyle that most people wouldn't want to step into, because a lot of people don't like taking risks. They feel like, oh, what if, okay, what if? But one thing I'll tell you, authenticity is the teacher. Authenticity is a teacher of her own. They say, let the children come to me. Let the children follow their authenticity. Authenticity is a teacher. It is motherhood. Mothers are the first teachers on the planet, and they teach the best. And they are represented by authenticity. So in the hands of authenticity are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to authenticity. The sea is hers, for she made it, and her hands formed the dry land. Dry land is remains of everything that has lived on the planet since the beginning of time. Remember, it was all water. So guys, when you look at the planet and you see the amount of soil and the amount of land we have, you imagine those are everything that has ever existed here accumulated over time. That's what soil is. So can you imagine how much has existed? It is beyond imagination. But then you can access all of it through your authenticity. That's how we connect to all of it still. Because authenticity made all of it. Everything that has ever been born and died is what forms the soil. Without things that were born and died, there would be no soil. So every soil you see on the planet, is an accumulation of things that were born and died and decomposed. And every rock is a memory. Anyway, we will get deeper into this. For now, let me just brush through it. So the sea belonged to authenticity, she made it, and the dry land also belonged to authenticity, authenticity made it. Come, let us bow down in worship. Kneel, let us kneel before our body, our maker. For she is our creator, and we are her people. We are the people of her pasture, the flock under her care. Today, if only you would hear her voice. Do not harden your hearts as you do when you quarrel, as you did that day at Massa in the wilderness, where your ancestors tested me. They tried me, though they had seen what I did. For 40 years, I was angry with that generation. I say, they are people whose hearts go astray, and they have not known my ways. So I declared on an oath. So I declared on oath in my anger, they shall never enter my rest. Sing to the body a new song. Sing to the body, all the earth. Sing to the body, praise your own name. Proclaim your own salvation day after day. Declare your own glory among all nations. Your own marvelous deeds among all people. For great is the body and most worthy of praise. Your body is to be respected above all bodies outside of you. For the bodies outside of you are idols, but your own sovereign body made the heavens. Splendor and majesty are before your body. Strength and glory are in your body's sanctuary. Ascribe to your body, almost like subscribe to your body, guys. Subscribe to your body. All you families of nations, subscribe to your body's glory and strength. Subscribe to your body, the glory due to your name. Bring an offering and come into your courts. Worship your body in the splendor of your sacredness. Tremble before your body, all the earth. Say among the other people, the collective body reigns. The world is firmly established, it cannot be moved. The collective body will judge each person with equity. Let the heavens rejoice. Let the earth be glad. Let the sea resound, and all that is in it. Let the fields be jubilant, and everything in them. Let all the trees in the forest sing for joy. Let all the creation rejoice before the collective body. For she comes to judge the earth. She will judge the world in righteousness and the people in her faithfulness. The collective body reigns. Let the earth be glad. Let the distant shores rejoice. Clouds and thick darkness surround her. Spiritual hygiene and justice are foundations of her throne. Listen. Spiritual hygiene and justice are foundation of the body's throne. So the collective body reigns. Let the earth be glad. Let the distant shores rejoice. Clouds and thick darkness surround her. Spiritual hygiene and justice are the foundations of her throne. Do no evil, accept no evil, and move with justice. Then the body will love you. Even if, guys, there are people who are born in demonic families. There are people who are born in families that don't know themselves. There are people who are born in places where spiritual knowledge died a long time ago. But still, the body is still there with them, helping them to do no evil and accept no evil. Because do no evil and accept no evil is the rule of Atum. It is the rule of space. So even if you are born in hell, for you to climb to heaven, do no evil, accept no evil. Even people who are not aware of what God is, they don't know what spirituality is. As long as they do no evil, they accept no evil, the body is with them. Always. The body, call the body by doing no evil, accept no evil. As long as you do no evil, accept no evil, it doesn't matter if you are a pagan, you are Islam, you are Christian, you are Hindu, you are Buddhist, you are practicing Taoism. As long as you do no evil and accept no evil, you belong to the collective consciousness. And as long as you do evil and accept evil, it doesn't matter if you are a Muslim. As long as you do evil and accept evil, it doesn't matter if you're a Christian. As long as you do evil and accept evil, it doesn't matter if you're the child of the president. As long as you do evil and accept evil, it doesn't matter if you are the celebrity that is loved by everything. You are demonic to the collective consciousness. The collective consciousness is trying to kill you any chance it gets. Because remember, the same way the collective consciousness is constantly protecting the anointed ones. So much that somebody will try to shoot you and something else, even a bird will pass. Somebody will try to shoot you, a bird will pass and get the bullet instead. That's how the collective consciousness protects its own. But it's the same way the collective consciousness is constantly trying to vomit those that are not its own. And how do you know that you belong to the collective consciousness? If you are self-prioritizing, you're loyal to yourself. What is death? If you cannot breathe in oxygen anymore. What is oxygen? Love. Anybody that dies did not have self-love anymore. Anybody that dies reached a point where they gave up self-love completely. It doesn't matter whether they died through a disease, accident, killed. Anybody that dies at any point in time gave up self-love. And you might say, oh, I don't think so. You can go and confirm. You can go and confirm, because oxygen is love. It is self-love. It is the one that sustains you and keeps you alive fast. And then in collaboration with food, which is positive energy. Now, when you eat food, it gives you positive energy. When you breathe in, it gives you love. So a combination of love and positive energy is what keeps us alive. And you die, you might not live around positive energy, but you still survive. Because man does not survive by bread alone. Man does not live by food alone. So you might live at a place where there is no positive energy. There is no positive energy, but you'll still survive because you don't survive on bread alone. But you cannot live without self-love. No self-love, you're gone. Exactly. No self-love, you're gone. So guys, know. You know, I'm teaching you this for you to know that, oh, as long as you love yourself, you shouldn't even be worrying about death. As long as you love yourself, you shouldn't even be looking at the direction of death and being like, oh, when will it take me? It is taking you the day you stop loving yourself. And there are things in the collective consciousness that have been planted automatically to make you stop loving yourself so much that you will stop loving yourself and you don't even know you've stopped loving yourself. That is what Christianity is. Christianity bets you into stopping to love yourself without even knowing. It takes away oxygen from you without you even knowing. But those are things we will get into later. For now, I'm just passing by superficially. So fire goes before her and consumes her foe on every side. Her lightning lights up the world. The earth sees and trembles. The mountain melts like wax before the collective body, before the creator of all earth. So for example, look at Mount Kilimanjaro. When Mount Kilimanjaro looks at itself among the collective consciousness, it melts at the creation, at everything that the body has done. So what does that mean spiritually? Even the most intelligent of them all, in fact, the most intelligent people on the planet worship their body the most. Because they see, yes, they are intelligent, but if you are intelligent, you're capable of seeing the intelligence of the collective consciousness. If you can see your own intelligence, then you can see the intelligence of the collective consciousness. So even if you are a mountain in the collective consciousness, you are capable of still worshiping your own body because you see what it is capable of. So even though Kilimanjaro is so big, it is still humble on earth because it watches all that the earth has created other than it. And it humbles itself. It melts like a wax before the collective body, before the creator of the earth. So just know the most intelligent people on the planet are humbled the most before their own bodies. They worship their own bodies the most. They are humbled the most before the collective consciousness. Now the heavens proclaim the body's righteousness, and all people see her. So even people who are in heaven, people who are living life that is large, life that is soft, people who have freedom. If they want to be in London from Australia today, they will be. If they want to be in Shanghai tomorrow, they will be from Nairobi. Such kind of people, they are living in heaven. They have no restriction. And what do? They also proclaim the body's righteousness. Everybody is humble. Everybody who is making it is very humble when it comes to now the body and its righteousness, because as the body lifts you up, it will always tell you that it is not you. As the body lifts you up, it will always let you know that, my baby, this is a collaboration of the cosmos. You are not the one calling the shot. You are not above the program. So people who make it very far, they know the rules the most. People who have not made it anywhere, they know nothing. They disrespect everything. Those who don't move don't notice that they are in chains. So people who have not gone anywhere, those are the ones who are always quick to talk shit because they've not seen the mighty deeds of the body. But people who have seen are always very humble, and they worship the body. They keep themselves away from dirt. Now all who worship images are put to shame. Those who boast in idol worship. Those who boast in idol worship her. I want to read this correctly. All who worship images are put to shame. And those who boast in idol worship her, all you gods. Gods with a small g. Because for you to worship an idol, then it means you look down on yourself. Future selves here rejoice, and the villages of travelers are glad because of your judgment, collective body. For you, authenticity are the most high over the earth. So people are always talking about, are you high? I'm high. So you high. Authenticity is the most high. Not just the most high in position, but also the most high in vibration. Authenticity is the highest form of vibration. It's not love. They're always telling you that love is the highest form of vibration. No! It's authenticity. Because the love has hate on the other side. So when you say love is the highest form of vibration, what about hate? Hate is also a form of love. It is a vibration as well. But it is authenticity that combines both hate and love. You being authentic will make you hate what you need to hate and love what you need to love. So authenticity is the highest of them all. It is higher than those who smoke weed. It is higher than those who use cocaine. It is higher than those who use crack. It doesn't matter which type of drug that you use, authenticity is the most high. And people who use drugs, they're just trying to tap into their authenticity. Because their authenticity is very low. People who use hard drugs, especially like cocaine, they're trying to get their authenticity going. People who drink a lot of alcohol, they're trying to get the authenticity going. Because they know authenticity is the most high, so they're trying to charge it when it is low. But if you want to naturally just be a high individual, to naturally stay in that state of being high, then be authentic. Then you'll be high all the time. And that's why most of the time when you see authentic people, they're always like children. Because authenticity is guarded by cherubim. So how can you reconcile with the body after a long time of not listening to? You start afresh. Be like a child who's starting to learn to walk again. So you know that after a long time of not listening to your inner authority, now be on a journey of a long time of listening to your inner authority. Drive away from where you drove to and drive in the opposite direction. Let those who love their own body hate evil. For the collective body naturally guards the lives of her faithful ones and deliver them from the hands of the wicked, from the thoughts of the wicked. People are slandering your name everywhere, ne? People are talking shit everywhere. People are sending you negative thoughts everywhere. Now, it is your own body. Your ability to do no evil and accept no evil is the one that will naturally guard you from that over time. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just time. With time, your body will clean up all that negativity. Your body will remove you from the thoughts of the wicked, from the hands of the wicked. And know that the body has its own schedule, the way it moves. The body gives 6 months to its chosen ones, and then 6 months to the demons to try the chosen ones. And then again 6 months to its chosen one, and then 6 months to the demons to try her chosen one. And the demons is like snow. When the collective consciousness releases the demons to go try the chosen ones, snow is like snow covering the chosen ones. Suffocating, suffocating, suffocating. Those whose loyalty are small, the snow kill them. And those whose loyalty are big, they survive and spring again. So no! 6 months to the spiritually hygienic, 6 months to the demonics. 6 months to the spiritually hygienic, 6 months to the demonic. Why do we have this particular movement? To strengthen into Jupiter, because our role here is to expand. And without that snow, you cannot expand. Remember what Jupiter is, the pimples. Pimples come to tell you, Amera, protect yourself. Amera, protect yourself. So that snow that comes to cover, it's always there to come and make you to protect yourself so that you can expand. Some people might ask, oh, must the collective consciousness subject us to snow? Yes. Why? Because our ancestors already created the snow. Our ancestors already created the snow, and so if we want to outlive the snow, then we must stay loyal to ourselves so much that the temperature increases and the snow now melts and we create another species. And guys, by the way, right now we are on the process of going into creating another species. White people were the last species that our ancestors created. And I've always told you, our ancestors created white people through stopping to harvest the sun. Now, as I've always taught you, and by the way, just let me say this. We have Khoisan people who are light skinned. They are very light skinned. They look like white people, basically, with kinky hair. The Khoisan people, they look like white people with kinky hair. They even have pink lips and stuff like that. But their skin is not albinism. As I told you, their skin is child skin because they are the child of the planet. It was the Khoisan people that lived on the planet when the animals were taking care of the human beings. The animals were providing everything. Nature, not just the animals. Nature was providing everything for them. By the time Khoisan were living here, food was there in abundance. Love was there in abundance from all walks of life. So they did not need to harvest the sun. So the skin stayed. So these people, they birthed now Bantus who now needed to harvest the sun. Because as population increased, now there was demand for agriculture. Khoisan people lived before agriculture. Bantus was the introduction of agriculture. And by the way, guys, this particular information is the Russians have this information. The Chinese have this information. The only problem is that they have it in their own language. So for it to be translated in languages where the whole world will get, will take time. But for now, if you want to get the true history of the world, Chinese, they have it. The Russians, they have it. So Bantus were, the introduction of Bantus was the introduction of agriculture. The seeds. And the protectors of the seeds. An increase in population. Now, as the population was increasing, Africans found ways to harvest from the sun. And so much that the rule in ancient Africa was he who does not work does not eat. The person who does not work does not eat. So that was the rule. Everybody was working. Meaning everybody was harvesting the sun, making themselves better, working on themselves, making themselves better, working on themselves, making themselves better, working on themselves, making themselves better, till they became deities. But then we reach a particular timeline where now people were tired of working hard. So some people started to look into the Khoisan and they're like, those ones are just provided for by the planet. We also want to just be provided for by the planet. We don't want to also just toil the land, toil and sweat to eat. So now certain ancestors started fading. On this particular planet, you stop harvesting, you fade. You stop harvesting, you fade. But then they are fading. They thought they would fade the Khoisan and become Khoisan. But then the type of fading that they experienced was prokaryotic. You know, eukaryotes have a wall. Prokaryotes, now no wall anymore. Now the sun, when it comes, it enters direct. But Khoisan, when the sun comes, it doesn't penetrate them. So you see, we created our ancestors in a bid to want to live on the planet without doing anything. Ended up fading. And a lot of our ancestors faded to a point it became a trend. Today, still fading. So now, we've reached a point where we have now 3 gods. By the way, remove all the other gods. The main gods right now that we have are 3. The God that you empower when you show up, when you harvest the sun. The God that you empower when you don't harvest the sun. And then the God that you empower when you have the luxury to choose whether you want to harvest the sun or not. 3 gods. That is the God that we have right now. And when you serve the first one, when you show up for yourself on a daily basis, you're serving the melanated God. You are empowering melanin people spiritually. When you fail to show up for your to-do list, you are empowering the albedo gods. You are empowering the albinism God. You are empowering white people to rule the planet. And when you move yourself to a point where you can choose to show up or not, then you are empowering the Asian gods. Right now we are at a point where those are the 3. We have so many gods, especially in Africa. We have every tribe has their own god. Every tribe has their own authenticity. By every tribe has their own god, it means that every tribe has their own authentic ways of behavior. But then those don't matter anymore. In the modern world. In the modern world, we have 3 gods remaining. The one you empower when you follow your to-do list. The one you empower when you abandon your to-do list. And the one you empower when you reach a point where whether you show up for your to-do list or not, your life is not affected. So So as people who are watching me today, know, if you keep meandering around your to-do list, you are empowering white people to rule the world. If you follow your to-do list head on without ever giving up, you are empowering black people to rule the world. If you are at a point where you can show up for your to-do list or not, you are at a point where, whether I show up for this or not, I'm good. Then you are empowering the Asian God. So no! Which God are you empowering? Because you don't need to tell us that I'm Pan-African. We are past that time of telling us you're Pan-African. Are you following your to-do list? Because if you're not following your to-do list, there's no Pan-Africanism that you can tell us. You are supporting the albedo people. And by supporting the albedo people, you are supporting the world to fade. If the entire world fades, which is impossible, but if the entire world was to fade, then we would all cease to exist. And that is what the albedo gods are trying. They're trying to see if they are great enough to make the world end. Do you think they're great enough to make the world end? The collective consciousness will be the judge of that. Anyway, let those who love their own body hate evil. The collective body naturally guards the lives of her faithful ones and delivers them from the hands or rather thoughts of the wicked. Light, which is beauty, shines on the spiritually hygienic. Light, which is beauty, shines on the spiritually hygienic. The spiritually hygienic are those who do no evil and accept no evil. So beauty only gets displayed on people who do no evil and accept no evil. Nobody who does evil and accepts evil will ever be able to display beauty. So if you see beauty is being displayed on somebody's face, know that they do no evil and accept no evil. That's the only way you get to exude the beauty aura. Through that Sobek energy. Libra, balancing yourself and also just analyzing yourself. Analyzing yourself in a way that balances you. That is what gives beauty. Please listen to me. Take my word for it. A lot of people want to be beautiful in the world. The easiest secret is do no evil and accept no evil from anybody. Be ready to do anything so that you do no evil. And be ready to do anything so that you accept no evil. Accepting evil is very easy. And doing evil is very easy. Doing evil is very easy towards the people you see below you. You think are below you. And accepting evil is very easy towards people you think are above you. That is the challenge. Can you refuse to accept evil for people above you? And can you refuse to do evil to people below you? That is what gives you beauty. That's what makes people beautiful. And it makes you beautiful to yourself, my dear. Because now I might be talking about this and then somebody there is saying, to yourself. Omera, as long as I'm beautiful to myself, there's nothing you can tell me. As long as I look myself in the mirror and I can work with my face, Omera, there's nothing you can. And that is how everybody should be beautiful to yourself. You should be beautiful to yourself. And if you want to look beautiful, guys, there are people who look ugly to themselves. Let's just be honest. There are people who constantly 24/7 they look ugly to themselves. They can't even look at the mirror. I walk in public a lot and I see some people, they avoid the mirror. There are people who when they see the mirror, they're like, lazima wajiangalie. And then there are people who when they see the mirror, they avoid it like plague, almost like it's going to kill them. And then there are people who when they see the mirror, they even want to stop and stand and look a little bit. That should tell you. If you hate the mirror that much, you are ugly. And you know, sometimes you can hate the mirror, but me, when I look at you, I think you're very beautiful. You're still ugly. What you think about yourself is what goes. What you think about yourself is what goes. And I might see your face, your silhouette, and think, oh my God, this person is so beautiful. But then when they look in the mirror, they think that they're ugly as shit. They are ugly. It doesn't matter what other people think about you. What you think about yourself is what goes. Because that is what stays with you 24/7. Even if I think that you're beautiful, I will not be with you 24/7. You are the one who will be with you 24/7. So what you think about yourself is what goes. So if you think you're beautiful and somebody thinks you're ugly, you're beautiful. If you think you're ugly and somebody thinks you're beautiful, you are ugly. Rejoice in your body, you who is spiritually hygienic. Rejoice in your body, you who do no evil and accept no evil, and praise your own sacred name. You are very sacred. If you do no evil and accept your no evil, you are very sacred. Many people do evil and accept evil on this planet. Anyhow. So don't be shy calling yourself sacred. If you know that you work hard to do no evil and accept no evil. Sing to your body a new song. For your body has done marvelous things. Your right hand and your sacred arm has worked salvation for you. That is, your Heka energy has worked salvation for you. Your body has made your salvation known and revealed your righteousness to others. The collective body has remembered her love and her faithfulness to the chosen. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of their bodies. Shout for joy to the collective body. All the earth burst into jubilant music with song. Burst into jubilant song with music. Make music to the collective body with harp and with the harp and the sound of singing, with trumpets and the blast of ram's horn. Shout for joy in authenticity, the ruler. Yeah, when you're worshiping the body, just be authentic. Don't copy anyone. Just allow your body to move. And also, guys, people who dance. You know, I'm not an expert dancer, but I love to dance. And one thing I'll tell you when it comes to dancing, don't think about dance. Allow your authenticity to completely take over when you get into dancing mode. When it comes to dance, and you know, dance is moving. Dance is like you utilizing your body. You utilizing yourself on a huge spectrum. Dance is you waking up, doing your things. You waking up, interacting. You waking up, doing your job. You waking up and going places and doing your things. So that should be authenticity driven. Any form of dance, we dance every day through the Milky Way. We human beings, we come here to dance through the Milky Way. So every time you dance, authenticity should rule. So whether you are dancing the small dances of just, you know, the rhythmic dances of choreography, or you are dancing through life, authenticity, let authenticity rule. You will enjoy the dance. When you let authenticity rule, you will enjoy the dance. Even if you think you appear funny, allow your body to appear funny. Guys, one thing about authenticity, it is the most high. Have you ever seen the way a drunkard behaves? A drunkard is high, right? Do they ever stop to say that, oh? Do they ever stop to say that, oh? You know, when you see authenticity that is not high, that is a faking demon. Authenticity should look like you are a drunk person, or you are high, or you're like children. The way children behave like they're high. That is authenticity. Authenticity is the most high. You know, when we talk about the most high, anyway, with the time we will know. But just know that authenticity is the most high. And your authenticity puts you in a place where you are high. So shout for joy to the collective body. Burst into jubilant song with music. Make music to the collective body with harp. With the harp and the sound of music, of singing. With trumpet and the blast of ram's horn. Shout for joy and in authenticity the ruler. Let the sea resound. And every in equity. So guys, as I'm saying, your authenticity is the most high. Anytime you try to restrain your authenticity, anxiety is the result. So people who get anxiety are just people who are repressing the authenticity. They cannot, because they think their authenticity is going to be offensive. That's the worst jail to walk in. Whenever you think that your authenticity is going to be offensive, it's because there's someone sitting on your throne. Whenever you want to be authentic and you stop because you think your authenticity is going to be offensive, it is because somebody else is sitting on your throne. There's someone you're people pleasing in your throne. And let me explain to you the phenomenon. Maybe I am in your head. So maybe I said, oh, alcohol is such a terrible thing. This is just an example. So maybe I say, alcohol is this a terrible thing. And you look at me like something you worship. So every time, and you like alcohol. So every time you want to drink alcohol, you're remembering me saying, hey, alcohol is such a terrible thing. So I'm in your head all the time you want to drink alcohol. You're thinking, oh, Surinyarkano said alcohol is a terrible thing. And I want to please Surinyarkano so much. So now if I drink alcohol, I feel like Surinyarkano is going to be mad at me. That is a demonic way to operate. Nobody should sit on your throne of authenticity. Nobody should sit on your throne of authenticity. And why? Why do people, somebody saying, how do we get them on the throne? By knowing why do people sit on your throne. First of all, independence. If you're 24 years and below, your parents will sit on your authenticity. If you still depend on your parents will sit on your authenticity. You are a slave. But now the moment you are independent, no parents anymore. Your parents should be the only slaves that you have. The only enslavers that you have. Your parents should be the only Egypt that you have. So the moment your parents now are out of your life, now you are independent. They are not providing you with money. Because the only way also that your parents should sit on your authenticity is the only when they are providing you with money. And you don't want to lose access to that money because you're still dependent. Maybe you need your school fees and stuff like that. Use your common sense. So your parents mostly sit on your throne of authenticity when you are a child until the age of 24. After that, nobody should sit on that seat but you. Not even your parents. The moment you start catching your own money, guys. Now you are going to look for your own role in the great circle of life. You're going to start your own family. You're going to start your own authenticity to pass it over. Now your parents, I Sulu now. Let them also now do their role in the great circle of life. Now, most of the things that usually make people allow others to sit on their authenticity is if somebody is providing for you, and if you self-disrespect, so that somebody, at the expense of, like you respect somebody else at the expense of your own respect. For example, you respect me at the expense of your own respect. Like you respect me because you're disrespecting yourself. So now I will sit on the throne of your authenticity. And that is demonic. Never self-abandon. Have no idols. Worship no other body outside of your own. Are we together? Thickums, the phoenix. A lot of women who have men as their providers, you have them sitting on your authenticity. Guys, I have my friends who have men cannot even smoke weed. And just go without dropping that nini on their eyes. Having men is difficult too. Me, I'm always saying, if this is what having a man inside the house is. I have friends who their men provide everything. But imagine they're like a child in that household. Like, the time you come back, you have to say, you can't use certain, and you want. So if you use, you have to pretend like you did not. For how long? Me, there are certain things, you know, when you sacrifice, for example, now having a provider will have somebody sit on your authenticity. Having a sponsor will have somebody sit on your authenticity. having a grant, person, somebody who gives you a grant like Charlie Kirk. See the way Charlie Kirk was running the Turning Point organization, but he wasn't the one sitting on the throne of his authenticity because other people were giving him money. So guys, the only way to own your authenticity is to depend on nobody. Depend on your own head. And when you maybe have sponsors or something like that, then you make sure you negotiate your contract in a way that doesn't take your voice and your authenticity away. It's not worth it. Anytime you do something that takes your authenticity away, no fruiting, no motherhood. You will not give birth to anything that prioritizes your emotional well-being. It's not easy to mother, it's not easy to sustain your own authenticity as a woman because you have to be independent. No man will provide for you and allow you to be freely yourself. No man will put you inside their house and allow you to be freely yourself, especially in our world where phalluses have been misused. It's not easy. So guess what? You have to give up some things. Somebody like me, I've given up everything. Depending on nobody. No one. No family. No sibling. No nothing. Because nobody gets to hold my authenticity. And I'm so glad. And one thing I'm always so glad about is being born in poverty. Being born in poverty ensured that I don't owe my parents anything. We choose where we are born. And I'm not saying that now because you're born in riches, you know why you were born where you were born. And as for me, I'm so glad I was born in poverty. I'm so glad I was born in poverty. Because I owe nobody shit. Nobody can stand and say, no, no, no. Nobody. Not even my own father, not even my own mother. Nobody. Thanks to the fact that I was born poor. People who are born rich, still I have friends whose fathers are dignitaries, CEOs. 30-year-old and the father is still sitting on her authenticity. 40-year-old and her parents are still sitting on her authenticity because she was born rich. I'm not saying being born rich is a bad thing, but everything has consequences. Because there are so many people out there who cannot be authentic because their parents supported them in ways that they feel indebted. Their parents gave them such lives so much that they feel indebted, and their parents also feel entitled to them. Now, if you're that kind of a person, you have your own ways of navigating. You chose that life because you knew how to navigate it. But one thing I'll always say, choosing to be born poor was one of the best things I ever did because it allows me to move smoothly through my life. Now, the collective body reigns. Let the nations tremble. The collective body sits enthroned between cherubim. Let the earth shake. So why do I'm always saying, children are the protectors of the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant is the collective body, how the collective body should be operating. Now the collective body reigns.
We are vibrant.
Tremble. The collective body sits enthroned between cherubim, between the inner children of the world. When the world kills its inner children, its innocence, the collective consciousness becomes unprotected. When the world maintains their connection to their inner children, so much that when you meet, you act more like children. Guys, when we meet as adults, we are supposed to act like children. This thing where adults are always with each other, it's fake as fuck. Adults are always just serious, as if anything here is serious. That is not the way we are supposed to be moving. You go at the airport, everybody's frowning, everybody's minding their own business. It's not supposed to be like that. We're supposed to be moving through earth like children moving through school. Have you ever seen children moving through school? Smiling, jumping around. You know, moving in different patterns and forms. Worrying about nothing. Saying hi to each other. Giving each other good energy. That is what we're supposed to be doing here. When we meet and we act like children, it's easier to interact. A lot of people cannot even, most people don't know how to approach other people even. Because the inner child is dead. It is only your inner child that has connection to others, because they are the ones who know where we come. The inner children are the ones who come from the same place. They know each other. So when we meet, we are supposed to be acting like inner children, like your inner. And me, that is how I behave. And some people say that, oh, I don't know, autistic spectrum, or they call funny names. Nowadays, the correct behavior, authentic behaviors are given names. Mental health, schizophrenia, doing nini. They give them different names. But one thing I'll tell you, if you want to have an easy time on this planet, activate your inner child when you are in public. Activate your inner child when you are in public. Everybody has one. And people who are adulterized the most, who are serious the most, they are the most suppressed. They've suppressed their inner children the most. Now, great is the collective body in Zion, in future. She is exalted over all. Let them praise you and your awesome name. Let them praise your great and awesome name. She is sacred. The ruler, which is authenticity, is mighty. Authenticity loves justice. Authenticity established equity among offsprings. You know, so among offsprings, authenticity has done what is just and right. So it is authenticity that even leads offsprings long after their ancestors are gone. It's the authenticity that connects them back. Exalt the collective body, our creator, and worship her at her footstool. She is sacred. The head, which is authenticity, and the knees, which is self-use, are among the body's priests. So guys, listen. Authenticity, which is asset, and the knees, which is thought. African mythology will tell you that in order to resurrect Osiris, asset and thought collaborated. So authenticity and self-use, a collaboration of authenticity and self-use can resurrect everything you want for yourself. So they are among the highest high priests of the body. And then sound is among those who called on her name. They called on the collective body and she answered. So Samuel is like sound. Samuel is sound. So the collective body listens to sound and responds to sound more than anything else. And when you even look at the way we live, if a Chinese person wants to reach the world, most of the time it's their songs that reach the world before even them. Italian songs, you know, African songs. When people sing, if you want to be a channel, when you sing, it is easy for you to communicate with the collective consciousness more than anything. But other than that, authenticity, being authentic helps you communicate with the collective consciousness, and being useful to yourself also helps you connect to the collective consciousness. So maybe you're somebody who is from East Africa. If you ever want the Pacific Islanders, the Australians to even pay attention to you, you have to first of all be authentic and be useful to yourself, and then use sound. That is how you tap into the collective consciousness. If you want the collective consciousness to hate you, then be fake, be useless to yourself, and then be mute. Don't talk at all. Don't dare raise your throat at all. Don't support yourself at all. Because remember, sound is also self-support. So So the collective body spoke to them from the pillar of cloud. They kept her statutes and the decrees she gave them. The collective body, our creator, you answered them. You are to the chosen a forgiving creator, though you punished their misdeeds. So even as a chosen individual, your punishments are even worse and immediate and more immediate. So if you don't listen to your authenticity as a chosen one, you'll still be punished by the collective consciousness. Don't think that the collective consciousness doesn't punish you just because you're a favorite. No, you get punished as well, just like everybody else. The collective consciousness is like an African mother, very fair. An African mother who is healed, very fair. Even her favorite child, when they do wrong, they are punished even worse than the ones who are not favorite. Exalt the collective body, our creator, and worship her at her holy mountains. For the collective body, our creator is sacred. And lastly, shout for joy to your own body, all of the earth. Worship your own body with gladness. Go before your own body with joyful songs. Know that the collective body is our creator. It is our collective body that made us. We are hers. We are her people, the sheep of her pasture. Enter the collective body's gates with thanksgiving. So listen, the collective body is our creator. The collective body is the one that made us. We are hers. Guys, this collective body that we are, the 8 billion of us, made you for a specific role. The 8 billion of us made me for a specific role. The 8 billion of us made somebody else for a specific role. Everybody that is here in this particular time, it is our collective consciousness that needed you to be here during this particular time. And because of that, enter the collective body's gates with thanksgiving. Anytime you enter the collective body from your own individual body, meaning anytime you are in public, be grateful. Have gratitude towards your own body. Have thanksgiving towards your own body. And have courts with praise. So, enter the collective body's gates with thanksgiving and gratitude. And enter your own altar. I told you to have an altar with praise. Give thanks to the collective body and praise your name. So the easiest way to start, I'll teach you guys how to do altar works. Especially we'll start on OnlyFans as we come back on TikTok. But for now, just know songs are the easiest way to start working with your altar for now. Before I teach you some of the things, 1 or 2, 3 things that will give you a head start on how to operate correctly on your altar, just know songs, singing, and also just spell work and stuff like that will help. And also know the high priests of the body are what? Self-use. Baby, I was saying, what types of songs? The songs that worship the body, which is God. So anytime you're listening, like for example, which song says something about God? So like, let's say, when Jesus say yes, nobody can say no. When Jesus say yes, nobody can say no. So that song, when you're listening to it, you will listen to it in this way instead. When the day says yes, nobody can say no. When me showing up says yes, nobody can say no. So that is what, for now, that is where we are. You have to mentally switch the songs that are already available into what is true. Jesus is the day. You showing up is you empowering Heru. So now, but Jesus is a white deity. So Jesus was created to make sure you don't show up. They killed Jesus. So Jesus was created to make sure you don't show up. But then you showing up now every day is now the holy Jesus, is the angelic Jesus. So when they say, Jesus says, nobody can say no. When me showing up says yes, nobody can say no. When me showing up says yes, nobody can say no. When me showing up says yes, when you decide to build, nobody can say no. Until you are the one that says, no, I'm not building. So as long as the day says yes, nobody can say no. As long as you have 24 hours. So yeah, everything is, yeah. So guess what? You have to. It is difficult, but you have to. If you want to be among the first on the crossing the Red Sea, you have to work with what is there. So there are certain songs also in your vernacular that are talking about. I talk about vernacular a lot because your vernacular now mention God in your own language. Your vernacular songs mention God in your own language. It's English songs that, even Swahili song says Mungu, Mungu, Mungu. Mungu is good. Mungu is like Mumbi. Mungu wangu. Yesu is also good. Yesu is the day. Now when you say Jesus, now there's a whole other thing. So these are studies that you must be able to tune your brain into. But if you're somebody who you're waiting for to be spoon-fed, then you have to wait for people like Nainyango to compose songs that have correct bearing. What about English songs that say Most High? Yes, it's talking about authenticity. Anything on the planet that says the Most High. Your head is the Most High, right? Is there any part of your body that is above your head? That is higher than your head? Guys, is there any part of your body that is built on top of your head that is higher than your head? There's none. So your authenticity is the highest. It's the mighty one. It's the highest of them all. So the Most High is the authenticity. Whenever anything says the Most High, it's talking about your authenticity. Whenever anything says the ruler, it is talking about your authenticity. Your authenticity is the one that maintains the state of homeostasis, and that is what ruler is. When they talk about God, they're talking about your body. For example, which song says God? Yeah. Cheta, Cheta, I am God and I never fail. Cheta. So you'll say, Cheta, Cheta, I am my body and I never fail. Like literally your body never fails you. That's why you're still alive. If there was a point where your body failed you, you would be dead by now. So whenever it's talking about God, I am God and I never fail. Cheta, Cheta, yesterday, today and forever the same. Cheta, Cheta. So that is you. Your body is the same yesterday, today and forever. It's only people who observe you from the outside that they look at your body and they're like, oh, you're different, you're different. But to you, do you think you're different? Who you were when you were 7 years old and who you are right now at 40-year-old. The same. Yesterday, today and forever the same. If there were no people on the planet to tell you that you're taller now, you're fatter now, you wouldn't know. If there were no people in your life to tell you that you are taller now, you're fatter, you wouldn't know. So who you are on the inside stays the same. Such kind of things. Yeah, God, you're so good. No, now now my body, you're so good. The things that are saying, God, you're so good. My body, you're so good. Because guess what? Who has been good to you honestly? Who has been good to you honestly in your life? Not even your parent will be as good to you as you are to yourself. Not even your own parent will be as good to you as you are to yourself. Not even your own parent will be as fair to you as you are. Exactly. So that is, so anything that say God, God Almighty, God of angels, I don't know what that says, but yeah, you'll say my body, oh, you have done all wonders for me. It's your body, oh. Let nobody, when you just say God, somebody else is siphoning that energy. When you just say God without a bearing, somebody else is sitting somewhere receiving all that God energy. Don't give it to them. Now, shout for your own body. Shout for joy to your own body, all the earth. Worship your own body with gladness. Go before your own body with joyful songs. Know that the collective body is our creator. It is our collective body that made us. We are hers. We are her people. the sheep of her pasture. Enter the collective body's gate with thanksgiving, gratitude, and her courts will praise with praise. Give thanks to the collective body and praise your name. For your own body will never do anything to sabotage you, and her love for you endures forever. The body's faithfulness continues all through generation. Through all generation. So my beloved ones, that's what it is today. We are almost finishing this, and I'm glad that we're going to be finishing it. And because we are done with that, I'm going to get straight into the forecast and leave immediately. Yeah, guys. Yeah, guys. So, October forecast, and I'm going to just listen to me and listen to me good, because I will not repeat. I will not repeat. The October forecast, so far we've seen the full moon. So you saw what the full moon was. You saw the full moon yesterday. It is still there. And you are so late, my dear. But you are here for the forecast. So on October 7th, we have the first super moon of the year. We have 3 super moons this year. And October is the first one, November is the second one, and then December we have the third one. So what are the super moon? Bright. Have you seen the moon? You know, because when I say super moon and then you see the moon, you know what I'm talking about. It's super for sure. It's super for sure. So that moon is called the Hunter moon. Why is it called the Hunter moon? Because of the colonizer. This is the time where they release their hunters. Now, when we leave that particular hunting of theirs, this particular moon is the time where you test the hunting skills of the loyalties that you've been developing. Remember, there's a loyalty of yours that sprang in March. And then April, you supported it. And then May, fertilization. June, harvest. No, June, fruiting. July, harvest. And then let me just not guess. Let me just look at it here. So guys, listen to me and listen to me very carefully, please. So that you know the moon that we are on. So yeah, so let me just start with January or December as it is saying. So first of all, the full moon in December is loyalty to self, deliberately tested. In January, full loyalty to self, deliberately, despite heavy obstacles maintained. So here is where the snow, suffocates. The snow suffocates so much that those that are not loyal die, and those that maintain their loyalty, they survive. Okay? So when they survive in January, death to anything. In February, we have death to anything that is not loyal to self, killed by the snow. Now, in March, we have survival of those that were loyal to self, but then Catholic Lent tries to kill them. Guys, we are constantly trying. There are so many things that are constantly trying to kill you for showing up, for being black, for empowering the melanated gods, for following your to-do list. So if you start following your to-do list and it is difficult, know that that is currently the norm. There are so many things that have been sprinkled. There are so many altars that have been put in place to make sure you don't show up, you don't follow your to-do list. So when you start following your to-do list, obstacles upon obstacles upon obstacles, and here they are. Survival of those that were loyal to self, but Catholic Lent, that is the first obstacle of the year, tries to kill them. So be aware of March. Catholic Lent will try to kill you here. Now, growth and stabilization of surviving self-loyals. So here your loyalty that survived is supported. But Lyrid meteor showers tries to kill them. And then in May, flowering, you still survive. Remember, you have to be tough as fuck to survive this type of Milky Way. This is not for people who are weak, guys. This is not for people who are still entertaining drama and sideshow. You cannot work with a to-do list and you're still entertaining drama and sideshows with these types of obstacles. You will not succeed. So you must be very tough as fuck. You must be a tycoon, a spiritual tycoon, for you to be able to follow your to-do list successfully. To-do list should be something that is very easy to be followed, but not for our timeline. Our timeline, you will have a to-do list. The moment you have a to-do list, now the demons, it's like you've summoned the demons. Right now, as a black person, just having a to-do list is like summoning the demons. You are summoning the Lyrid meteor. You are summoning the land. You are summoning the Eta Aquarids. Anytime you dare to have a to-do list. It's not easy. That's why we need each other. And if you cannot have others, isolate, my dear. Don't allow sideshows and drama to get you out of your to-do list, because they are there. Now, when you survive the supporting of yourself in April, in May, now there is flowering, which is self-thinking. But now for you, when you're trying to think for yourself here, in order for you to fruit, Eta Aquarid ndo hiyo, to block that knowledge and self-thinking, to make sure you don't think for yourself. Now, after May, we have June. If you survive May, successful fertilization, like successful self-thinking, now in June, you have successful fertilization, which is flowering process, making you attractive. And then in July, now full loyalty to self is achieved. But guess what? Attack again. You're being attacked again. Eta Aquarid meteor showers to reverse self-loyalty. You survive that in July. In August, you have another one. Now in August, you're supposed to be harvesting. Those loyal to self win and win and win. You harvest the loyalty to yourself that you've been maintaining. You harvest it. But guess what? Perseus is there. Perseid meteor showers to cut your neck off and prevent you from winning. You survive that, you get to September. The harvest that you got in August, how do you distribute it? Now in September, you distribute it. In October, now testing new loyalties, hunting skills or attraction skills. That new loyalty that you've formed, you now go into the field to test its hunting skills. And you trying to test its hunting skills, Draconids and Orionids, these are the worst. These are the worst. That's why I'm telling you, October is the worst time. Draconids and Orionids are the worst. And what are they? Before I tell you what Draconids and Orionids are, let me get into telling you what a comet is. Now, Orionids, I'm not going to focus so much on Draconids, because Draconids this time, they could not be visible because the moon was super. Like your intuition was so on point that nothing was going to distract you from your to-do list. So Draconids this year were useless because intuition was too strong. But guess who? Orionids are powerful this year. So Draconids peaked yesterday during the full moon. So you did not even feel it. You did not even see the Draconids because the full moon was too bright. Like, your intuition was too bright for you to be fooled. So that's why the Draconids were rendered useless. Now, Orionids are coming at the new moon when you are weakest. Remember, the new moon means your ancestors are no longer there. The full moon means your ancestors are fully there. Anybody who attacks you at the full moon, it will bounce back as a woman because your ancestors are fully there. Now in the new moon, your ancestors are not there. And that is when Orionids are coming. Draconids were there yesterday on the 7th. You did not feel them because your intuition was high. People who don't have high intuition, probably they felt it. But now Orionids, what are Orionids? Orionids, they come from a comet called Halley. The same comet that releases the Eta Aquarids. Eta Aquarids are on. Wait. Eta Aquarids are in May to stop you from thinking for yourself. So, Eta Aquarids are in May to stop you from thinking for yourself. But then the mother of Eta Aquarids again comes in October. In October here, and now I'm here to tell you why. So, Comet Halley. Who is Comet Halley? So let's start. When a comet, what is a comet? So listen. When a comet passes through the solar system, the sun sublimates some of its ice, allowing rock particles to break away from that comet. These rock particles continue on that comet's trajectory and appear as meteor when they pass through Earth's atmosphere. So what is this saying spiritually? Physically, if you study meteorology, this is what a comet does. When a comet passes through the solar system, the sun sublimates. The sun sublimates some of its ice. The sun evaporates some of its ice, allowing the rocks particles from it to break away. These particles continue on the comet's trajectory and appear as meteor when they pass through the Earth's atmosphere. So what is this saying to us spiritually? What this is saying spiritually is this. When a shooting star passes through our reality, the Earth's memory, our reality's memory, our Earth's memory sublimates some of its eyes, some of its self-hate. So let's say, when a shooting star, for example, let's say I'm a shooting star. When I pass through the solar system, your reality, so the reality of Earth, the Earth's memories will sublimate some of the self-hate that I have. What makes me a shooting star? When the world likes you, the collective consciousness sees you and they just adore. You see those people who, like for example, somebody like Leah Halton, somebody like Bella Porch, those are shooting stars. I would say shooting stars of TikTok. But now we have shooting stars of the planet. Like those people who are extremely loved by the collective consciousness. So much that when they pass, the collective consciousness drains hate away from them. The hate